It's Game 4 of the 2025 World Series. Tonight, Shohei Ohtani and Shane Bieber, two men who came back this year after being basically out of commission last year due to Tommy John surgery because of UCL damage. They take the mound for the Dodgers and Blue Jays, respectively. Another change in the Blue Jay batting order tonight is in the batting order. Namely, no George Springer due to either ripping his oblique or straining a lateral muscle. Whichever one it is, I don't know. But having said that, let's see how the Blue Jays can handle facing off with the head honcho of the shogunate of the second coming of the shogunate. We're not out of the woods yet. Game 3, Ohtani reached 9 times. Starting pitcher for Game 4 of the 2025. Last night in Game 3, Ohtani went 4 for 4, reaching base a record tying 9 times. Mostly because half of them he got walked. Walked after getting a pair of doubles and homers off Blue Jay pitching. How stupid are you, Lord Raikage? You should realize that if you blow the moon up, you're going to screw up the Earth's ecosystems. Blue Jays were down 2-0 in the series in the league championship series, but they fought back and won it. For the love of God, I better not get another 7-hour bullshitter tonight. It also doesn't help I gotta do game 5 tomorrow night anyway. John Tunpake, Adam Hamari, John Baker Willer, and Adrian Johnson, Mark Webner. Oh, God, that piece of shit ump. You know how much Hawk hated him. Nathan Lukes had 23 at-bats in the leadoff spot during the regular season, but he hasn't been in this spot since the middle of August. 1-0 pitch from Ohtani. That's driven to left. Kike going towards the wall. Did he get it? Yes, he caught it! In foul ground. Had to reach over the wall to get it, but he got it. That one's fouled off by Vladdy at the backstop on 1. Oh, 2 on the sweeper. Oh, 2 pitch. Sweeper, and Guerrero whiffs at it. Strike 3. 2 down. Bo Bichette up next. He's 3 for 7 in the World Series. Spent the back end of this season out due to a knee injury. Swing and a miss. Chase the heater. Strike 1. One and 2 as he swings at the sweeper. Too low. 2 and 2. Full count. Yeah, good luck, Axiom. You're going to need it. El Grande is going to need it whenever he faces Jasper. And ball four to Bo. Madison Barger up next. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Curveball this time. Strike one. One. At least not outside of its traditional cycles. 2-1. Thanks, Mom. Over the middle, strike two with the heater. Misses with the curve, full count. In the left, scooped up by Muncy, but he's going to have no play in shallow left. Infield hit. Play too far off the third baseline. If he plays a little closer, he has a shot at getting Barger. Missed opportunities last night. 27 base runners, 2 for 12 on runners in scoring position. World Series record, 19 men left on base by the Jays. Kirk fouls that one off, 0-1. Kirk leads, tied Sandy Alomar Jr. and Kyle Raleigh for most homers in a postseason by a catcher. 0-1 pitch, popped up, infield, Freeman under it, inning over. 1 hit, 1 walk, and 2 men stranded for Toronto. Dodgers coming up, and Ohtani leading off. The all-pen is just beginning. No escape. Something big's going to happen in 26. It's finished. Tracking later, another world's not coming to an end. Plus, he's being investigated. Can't try to transfer terraform. Trump's being going to bounce back. Deep sea in trouble. Blah, blah, blah. Trying to expose. This is shown that Iron Man was not running the country. This is what happens when you rig an election. Install puppet administration. LBB. Two and 0. Yeah, Bieber had been out most of this year and all of last year due to him going under the knife. It usually takes about a year to a year and a half to come back from Tommy John. Rio, this time he takes the fastball for a strike, 3-1. And here we go again. Ohtani thought that was ball 4, but it's called strike 2. Let me see here. Same bullshit as last night. That's out, ball 4 on the changeup. And for the 6th at bat in a row, Shohei has been walked. If you go back to last night, where after he got a pair of doubles and a pair of solo shots, they basically walked him. 4 of them on purpose, and the last 2 have been where he's been pitched to. First pitch to Betts, swing and a miss. Is a call, strike 1 on the corner. Betts has been atrocious in the World Series. In the dirt, 1-1 with the slider. Two one. Strike 2. In the dirt, ball ricochets, but it doesn't go far. But it's not. But it ricochets in front of Kirk, not behind him. So Ohtani doesn't take off. Full count, and the question is, will Ohtani be in motion? In all honesty, I don't think he should. I mean, last year the Dodgers had a bit of an emotional stake added near the end of the season, going into last year's World Series. It was for Fernando. This time the whole season's for for the late Valenzuela. That's popped up. Shallow right, Barge under it. He'll make the cat right center. He'll make the catch. One down. Down the line, but foul by Freeman on the cut fastball. One. Oh, this is in Florida. This is in Florida or in South Carolina? Oh, California. Never mind. Ground ball to second. And they'll have and then the only play is to second to get the force. Or says IKF throws to Jimenez to get the lead runner, that being Shohei. One. 1-0. That's foul off. 1-1. Driven to right center field, but it's playable. Smith drives to right center field, and a catch made by Barger to end the inning. So nothing across, one walk, man stranded on a force out. No score through one. Please do not let it be deja vu like last night. Please don't let it be deja vu. brother. Here we go again. Hate when that happens, when there's no stability. You'd think by now my mom would be done with her shit. In any case, top of the second, Dalton Varsho, Ernie Clement, Andres Jimenez due up for the Blue Jays. And Varsho pops it up, bats under it, one down. Strike one to Clement. 1-1. Strike two. So it's fastball, sweeper, fastball on this bat. That one way out off the zone with a heater. Must have slipped out of Shohei's hand, 2-2. Ground ball, scooped up by Freeman. He'll flip it to Ohtani. Races to the bag, 2 down. First pitch to Jimenez. It's a curveball, slow roller. Ohtani scoops it up, flips to Freeman, inning over. Clean inning for Shohei, and we are still scoreless through an inning and a half. Let's not make this a fucking habit, boys. And I'm saying, and boys, I'm gonna be blunt. I'm saying this to both sides. Don't make this a fucking habit tonight. Bad enough you guys barely got any sleep last night after last night's 8, almost 7-hour marathon. Oh, one big beautiful bill. Strike one to Teoscar Hernandez. One. Ground ball to Jimenez. Flings to first. Got him. Shane Bieber, two-time All-Star, 2019 All-Star Game MVP, 2020 Cy Young, 2022 Golden Glove. That was with Cleveland, I might want to stress. Muncy up next, one homer, one ribby in the World Series. That came in game 2. He's been below the Mendoza line the whole postseason. 3-0 as that one goes upstairs. Ball 4. Ripped to right, but foul by Edman as it hits the net. 0-1. Upstairs, 1-1 with the cut. Two one. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Muncy on his way to third. He will get there safely as the throw to third is cut off by Jimenez. So, runners in scoring position for the Dodgers. 1 out, first and third. Runners on the corners, 1 out for the Dodgers, and Kike Hernandez is up next. In the dirt, that one stays in front of Kirk, so Muncy doesn't take off. But even if it does get away, Muncy's not that fast of a runner. I'd be more worried about Edman when it comes to the base pads than I would be with Muncy. TK calls time. Wonder how the Knicks and Bucks are doing. Guess Guess it's not a commercial play. I hate that. Swung and a miss, 1-1. Chased a slider on the out. They caught the outside corner. Three for 6 in the postseason for Kike. Against Bieber. 3 for 6 against Bieber, including the postseason for Kike. Grounded and chopped foul to the third base line. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Low. 2-2 on the slider. Ripped down the left field line, but it's going to hook foul. Is this foul? Yeah. Foul, it bounces into the seats. Even if that ball landed fair and bounced into the seats, you only get 1 run home anyway. 2-2 to Kike. This one is smashed to right. It's deep. Edge of the track. Barger's got it. Muncy will tag, and the Dodgers get on the board first on a sac fly. 1-0 Los Angeles. At least somebody's willing to play small ball tonight. Got it off the end of the bat. And Kike got that off the end of the bat. But he got it deep enough to where Muncy could safely tag up and get home. First pitch to Paez over the middle, strike 1. Paez has had an atrocious postseason, well below the Mendoza line. 77.077 in batting average in the series, and basically a 114 or 115 batting average, 1 for 14 batting average in the postseason overall. Or 1 for 12, I should say. And he's been 1 for 21 with runners on the bags. Make that 1 for 22. This one's hit to left center, but playable. Varsho catches it running onto the track. Inning over, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 stranded in for the Dodgers. 1-0 Los Angeles through 2. Well, we're moving at a decent enough clip for this series. I mean, for this game at least. And like I said, I do not want this to go the bullshit length it did. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad I got almost 500 views over the last 24 hours for the game call I did last night. But to me, that felt artificial with how long the game was dragging. Strike one of IKF. 0-2. One, two. Ground ball, scooped up by Edman. He'll fling the first. One down. East Toronto basically picking up where they left off after the 7th last night. Tunnel vision, not really stacking the count. But keep in mind, in this case, you can't really get into the Dodger bullpen. The bullpens on both sides got heavily overtaxed last night. Whichever pitchers threw the fewest pitches last night, those are the pitchers you got to go to. I mean, that's who both sides, coming out of the pen, that's who both sides have to use tonight. And let's run down who did throw the fewest number of pitches from both pens. First pitch to Luke's, second time around the order, ball one. And for the Blue Jays, all they've got left tonight are Fluharty, Varland, Bassett, and I guess Fisher. Whereas for the Dodgers, they could go to Anthony Bonda, Blake Trinan, Jack Dreyer, Clayton Kershaw at best. Ripped in the right field, base hit. Teoscar has to track it down, and that's going to hold Luke's to a single. In a game that went over 6 hours and 39 minutes last night. I'm hoping this game doesn't go anywhere near as long. And we're about to hit the one, and for my call, we're about to hit the 1 hour threshold since I jumped the gun again. Ball one. So like I said, let's recap who's left in the pen that both teams could use tonight. Remember, The men off the table for both sides. For Toronto, no Sir Anthony Dominguez, no Jeff Hoffman, no Eric Lauer, no Brandon Little. For the Dodgers, no Jacob Borzelitsky, no Roki Sasaki, unless they have to resort to him as a closer. No Sheehan, no Henriquez, and definitely no Will Klein. 2-0. I mean, Sasaki, worst case scenario, used tonight. 2-0 pitch. Vladdy fouls that one off. 2-1. Junior sets. The 2-1. Ohtani takes the sign. The pitch. Oh, that is crushed. Left center field and gone. Vladdy Jr. with his 6th of the postseason puts the Blue Jays in front. Or 7th, I should say. And that blast puts the Blue Jays up 2-1. Ground ball by Bichette. Scooped up by Edman. 2 away. Which is why I don't take the damn shit anymore. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with his 7th rip home run of the postseason. That's pop foul by Barger, 1-2. Barger flies one off the end of the bat. Kike's under it and left. Inning over. But not before 2 runs on 2 hits. The big one being the Vladdy pop. 2.5 innings complete. Blue Jays lead 2-1. And the Blue Jays now lead 2-1. Like he always does. Bullshit. I wonder how the Nick game is going. Great. No signal again. Oh, there it is. Takes a little bit. Well, at least the Knicks are in their road blues this time. In all honesty, I was getting sick of them wearing white all the time. Okay, they're up 4 at the moment. Bieber will now face Shohei. Come on. There we go. First pitch is a changeup. It goes outside. Ball 1. Tony, 7 homers, 15 ribbies this postseason. That is foul off the plate. One going to the backstop, 1-1. Swung and a miss, 1-2. Two and two. Swan and a miss. So Tony goes down swinging. First time in 10 at bats, he's been put out. Well, in actuality, it's been the first time in 12 at bats in Dodger Stadium that Otani's gone down. Note I said in Dodger Stadium. Anywhere else he's been put out. Betts takes strike 1 on a fastball over the plate that he doesn't even bother going after. Remember, if Toronto wins this, I'm basically back here for Halloween night. Wins this game, I'm back here for Halloween night. Line drive caught by Clement. 2 down. Nice catch by Ernie. Kept it off the ground, scooped it up. Let's watch this again. Now, that's a nice catch. Freddie Freeman takes strike 1. Foul. 1-2. 1-2. Let's do it again. That's driven to left field and left center field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Freeman will stop at first with a single, with a 2-out single. That's true. That's true. Let Mondani win the mayoral election in New York, and then in 2029, the people will see how much of a piece of shit he is, and they get a Democrat, and they get a GOP man in to clean up the mess. Two and 0. Three and 0. Will Smith in his career, third most RBIs in the postseason amongst catchers, 34 of them. And a good chunk of them, and most of them as a Dodger. Swung on me, stares at it, 3 and 0. 3 and 1. Ground ball, scooped up by Clement. Got him. Third of the way home. We're flip. Wrong button. Third of the way through, it's Dodgers 2, Blue Jays 1. It's Blue Jays 2, Dodgers 1 in game. In series, it's 2-1 Los Angeles. Going to be Kirk, Varsho, and Clement due up in the fourth for Toronto. How am I not surprised the Islanders lose a 2-0 lead because of their inability to keep their skates on the throat? Seriously, how am I not surprised by that? Ball one. Fouled off. 1-2. Did he go around? No, he did not. 2 around. 2-1. Two and two. Swing and a miss, strike three. Two and two. 3-1. Fouled off, full count. Out of our show. Clement waits on deck. Payoff pitch, swung and miss, got him with the curveball. Strike three, 2 down. That's K number 3 for Ohtani. One on the sweeper. Swing and miss, 1-2. Fouled off. Gun swinging. And Ohtani gets through that 1-2-3. But now can the Dodgers get him back in front? 3.5 innings complete. 2-1 Toronto. Nope. Driven to center by Teoscar, but it's caught by Varsho. 1 down. It was deep, but not deep enough. Seeking first back-to-back World Series titles since 2000 from any team. Last team to do it, the Yankees three-peat from 98 to 2000. And over the Padres, Braves, and Mets, respectively. First pitch to Muncy. Strike 1. Oh, 0-2 as Muncy cuts and misses. Enough with the redundancy, Chris. I get it. You want to help me get channel subscribers, but you don't have to be repetitive into your messaging, okay? 2 down. It becomes very Nudnickian after a while, Chris, in CB. Two and one. 3-1. Ball four to Edmund. 2018, 18 innings, 5 runs, 18 pitchers, 46 players, 561 pitches, 7 hours, 20 minutes. Last night, 18 innings, 11 runs, 19 pitchers, 44 players, 609 pitches thrown, 6 hours and 39 minutes, 6 hours and 47 in my case. 1-0. Two and out. That has driven the right center toward the into the gap, but Barger's quick to cut it off. Inning over. 1 walk and nothing else across for Shane Bieber on Shane Bieber's Lavender. 4 innings complete. Toronto still leads 2-1. He's got to get Soros. Back to square one. Ball one. Ohtani started 11 of his last 22 innings, pitched last 4 innings. 2-0 for the Jimenez. Two one. Swan and a miss, 2-2. Two pitch. Got him swing. 2 down. 1 down. There's Prince Henry, Meghan Markle, James Marsden, Austin Butler, OG Spider-Man Tobey Maguire, Chrissy Martin, Sydney Sweeney. Strike one to IKF. Foul off to the backstop. That's driven to left center, but Kike's there. 2 down. Wasn't very deep. Hung up. Ball one. Two and one. Three and out. Strike one on the loose. Into the hole in the left side of the infield. Base hit. Luke Sky's second signal of the night. First pitch to Vladdy Jr. in the second go-around. Big cut, but he misses. But lay on the heater. Strike one. Vladdy now has the most homers in franchise history for the Jays at 7. 2-0. 1-1. One and two. Loop. Hang curveball in the center. Caught by Pages. Inning over. One hit for Toronto. But Shohei gets out of it. They're relatively unscathed. Halfway home. 2-1 Toronto. Oh, in Game 4 of the World Series. Bieber on to try to get himself in line for the win. First pitch to Pages is low, ball one. Two and zero. Pages rips one foul. 2-1. 2-2. Popped up. Shallow right. Barger comes in. 1 down. Boys, this is a little more boring than I thought it would be. And here comes the Shogun, Shohei Ohtani. Records with Ohtani tied in Game 3. Frank Isbell in 1906. 4 extra base hits in a game. Babe in 1906. Babe Ruth in 26 and 22 postseason in games with 12 total bases. Stan Hack in 1942. I didn't catch that last stat. Swing and a miss, a knuckle curve from Bieber. Strike 1. I think he fouled it off his knee. That's not good. So brief injury delay. Let's see. Did this get him? Yep, he fouled it right off the front of top of the knee and then it ricocheted off his off leg. No, it hit him off the foot. Ow. In the shin. That's gotta hurt. Foul off. Strike 3 call. Ohtani doesn't like it, but he stares down. And in the second time tonight, he's been called out on strikes. He goes down on strikes. Today's episode, Not One of Us. That's hit to center and caught by Varsho. Inning over. 5 innings complete. And Bieber's complete the minimum he needs for it. Or listen for yourself in this case. Or some things, and your teacher's not wrong, Lucy.
Liberty Mutual customized. Wait, am I one of those Liberty Mutual commercials where they stand in front of the Statue of Liberty and talk about how Liberty Mutual customizes your car so you only pay for what you do? Yes. What happens in this one? Singles. I like it. How are you doing? Only pay for what you need.
Each pitcher's thrown 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 4 walks. And I believe that said 9 strikeouts between Bieber and Ohtani. Bo Bichette up next, strike 1. On the lead up to 6. 0-2. One, two. It's fouled off. Fouled off. Two and two. Two is hit deep to left field, but it's like caught by Kike. In reality, Bart's deep in Blaggart's pocket at this point. It's not until darkness before dawn that he gets out of it. Though it does force him to serve a 2-year community service sentence. Having said that, ground ball, scoop, and inning 2 down. Oh. For as much of a scumbag as Bart is, in this case, he's not wrong. I've read the plot synopsis for this episode. 2-1. Ohtani sets, 2-0 pitch. Curveball goes over the middle, 2-1. High middle, 2-1. I don't know why Kirk didn't chase that one. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Blue Jays. 1 run, 2 hits for the Dodgers. Popped up, and it's going to go into the seats behind the plate, foul. Ohtani struck out 5, walked 1, the lone blemish. The 2-run homer he gave it to Vladdy. Bieber, on the other hand, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 2 hits. 2-2. Gone the chase. Strike 3. Strikeout number 6 for Ohtani, but kind of a moot point if your team does not get you back in front. 5.5 innings complete. 2-1 Los Angeles, 2-1 Toronto. At least this game's moving at a decent enough clip where I'm going to be able to get some sleep tonight. Because both teams are tuckered out after last night. And they got to do this shit again tomorrow, but at least by the end of tonight, there's going to be some good news that they actually can get some fucking sleep. Pardon my mouth, but you guys get my point. I'm sorry for being this blunt, this midway through the game about criticizing last night's game, but I can't sugarcoat it. You saw how frustrated I got when nobody was scoring after the 7th. After the 7th inning, where everyone was just getting out, where outs were just piling up, and it's making me wish that the ghost runner rule could carry over to the postseason to avoid these sort of slog games that turn into a slog. Keep in mind, I had to sacrifice watching NXT tonight, which I think at this point is now the knockout title match between Kalani and Grace. And she went back to the One Piece England, huh? It'll be Freeman, Smith, and Teoscar due up in the 6th for the Dodgers. It's a tie game. Shit. Turd. East 785 Bucks. First pitch. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, base hit. See what happened here. Okay, ground ball. Did it go off the glove of Vladdy? It did. But they're going to call this in and out of the glove. That should be a fielding error, not a single for Freeman. E3, not a single, but whatever. Either way, tying run now on first for the Dodgers, and it's Will Smith who's up next. Smith hasn't had a lot of luck in this postseason. Hits one to center. Varsho slides, makes the catch, and Freeman retreats. Eight pitches, 5 1/3 innings, and the skipper's going to take the ball away from Shane Bieber. No, Shane is staying in. Kind of surprising. That's over the middle, base hit. Freeman will have to stop at second. This time they're going to take the ball away from Shane Bieber. So he was coming in. I already listed the pitchers that the Blue Jays could go to in terms of which ones. If there's any chance for the Dodgers to get back into this game, it's now. Runners on first and second, one man out, and it's Max Muncy up. He's walked, struck out, and scored on a sac fly. Swung on and hangs up in left center, caught by Varsho, and everyone retreats. 2 down. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Fouled off. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Fluharty works out of trouble and closes the case on Shane Bieber's night, getting a strikeout of Edman. 6 innings complete, and the Dodgers have their best chance to get back in the game, and they squander it. We go to the 7th. Blue Jays lead 2-1. Varsho banks one to right field. Base hit. He'll held up at first with a single. It's been predominantly a pitcher's duel this time around, and so far the major difference has been the home run by Vladdy Jr. in the third. Ohtani is 10-0 when he gets beyond the sixth inning, but when he goes fifth or fewer, the Dodgers don't do that well. Ball one to Ernie Clement. That one's hit to left center, going to the gap and off the wall. Varsho going to dig for third. The throw to the plate holds him at third. The throw back in holds him at third, and it's a dub. And the Blue Jays now have runners on second and third, and nobody out. That one was pretty deep in the gap. Gap in left center and off the wall. And Ohtani's night is done. 6 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 6 hits. And they're going to bring in Kershaw. No, wait, that's Bonda. Excuse me. 43 is Bonda. This has mostly been a pitcher's duel throughout most of the night, as I mentioned. Like I said, only difference so far. And if you go back to game one of last year's World Series, where a 2-run homer had given the opposition the lead, the Yankees eventually lost that game. First pitch to Jimenez, swings it from Bonda, swings and a miss, strike one and a slider. I wonder how Lucy's doing with her little Articalo. 1-1. One, two. 2-2. Full count. Flyberg. Fouled off. I can. Payoff pitch. Loops in the center. Left center. Base hit that's going to get at least one home. And the dot. And the Gent is go up 3-1 on an RBI single by Andres Jimenez. I know that one hard way. All 1. 1-0. Yeah, that didn't hit anybody other than Clarkson. What are you doing, Ty? Dual pitch. In the dirt, 3-0. Pitch. It's fouled off. We'll do it again. Throw over the first to try to keep Jimenez honest. Hard caught. Double play! Line drive caught by Muncy. Jimenez doesn't get back to the bat, or does he? He does. They're going to look at this. Swing and a miss. Oh, 1. Ground ball. 1, 2 down. Runs comes on. Well, inning over. And it looks like Bond is going to be done after an RBI ground out and intentionally walking Vladdy Guerrero. So now the lead is comfortably in favor of the Blue Jays, 4-1, as we get another pitcher, as we get a pitching change for the for the Dodgers. I wonder who's coming out this time. Might be the MCL. Not good for the Knicks. Blake Trinan. Strike one. Rip to left field. And over the head of Kike and off the wall. That's going to bring home 2. That's going to bring home 1. 5-1 Toronto. Bobichette couldn't. Well, Ohtani is now more on his way to his first postseason loss. Addison Barger up next. Ground ball. Base hit under the glove of Betts. Vladdy scores 6-1 Toronto. Two and 0. 2-1. Two and two. Kirk hits one to right. Teoscar's under it. Inning over, but 4 runs come across for the Blue Jays. Time to stretch. Toronto 6, Los Angeles 1. We're back for the bottom of the 7th. 6-1 Toronto. Chris Bassett will now come on to replace Fluharty. First pitch is fouled off. That's by Kike. 9 outs to play with for the Dodgers. Ground ball, throw the first in time. 1 down. Knowing Donald, he's going to snap on the Knicks tonight. Remind me to kill Mike Brown. I mean, I know Donald's going to go nuts on this, calling the Knicks out for shit second half defense as usual, keeping Brunson out there when he's got a bad wheel. One-two pitch to call. Got him looking, 2 down. At least this game's moving at a much faster rate. And with a 5-point run cushion for the Blue Jays. We're almost guaranteed. We're pretty much guaranteed we're heading back to Toronto for a 6 game on Halloween night. And for game 6 on Halloween night. But for those wondering, no, I have no intention of doing cosplay for the Halloween game. Two and one to Ohtani. Little roller, scooped up by Bichette. IKF to Guerrero, inning over. And it's Jack Dreyer who's coming out. Glad you're enjoying the guys tonight. Strike one. It'll be traded Savage against Snell tomorrow night. Savage clobbered Snell. The Blue Jays got to Snell badly last game out. Did he go? No, he did not. Did Clement go on that? No, he did not. 1-2. Varsho popped up. That's foul to the backstop again. 1-2. Ground ball scooped up by Freeman, but too late. Infield hit for Dreyer. For Clement. Beat the shoe by a couple of inches. And that one hits Jimenez. He'll move to second. Well, Toronto can get at least 6 more outs. I can get to sleep in a more reasonable time tonight. And up 5 and about to add more runs. That looks plausible tonight. Might as well tell Mitch. Looks like we could be going to a 6th game. Foul off. Dryer in trouble. 2 out, 1 out, runners on first and second. Or 2 outs, ground ball by forced by IKF. Betts had no choice but to go to first. And Miles Straw has come on to play. Oh, it was Ty France who got the ground out RBI. I've not been paying attention a lot this game. Berger, Bichette. There it is. It was France who got the ground out. My bad. Anyway, runners on second and third, 2 out. And Miles Straw comes on to hit. First pitch, over the middle, high middle, strike 1. Chest high fastball, 0-1. Fouled off, 0-2, and we'll do it again. Swing and a miss, strike 3, nothing. Blue Jays have had runners on second first, second, third with 2 out, and they don't capitalize. 6-1 Toronto through 7.5. All on the bets. Leap in the left base hit. And the left base hit. For that. Strike one. Oh, two. Busted. Swan missed strike three to Freeman. One down. One. One, two. Two. Ground ball. 6, 4, 3. Double play. No. Oh, no. Yikes. Well, Toronto's now just 3 outs away from going. Like I guess, how am I not surprised the Islanders get the early lead and fuck it up? The score 116, 107. 32% chance Jays finish the game with 17 hits. And Guerrero's on with a base hit. Oh, 1 to Bo Bichette. 1-1 upstairs as Dreyer is still pitching. You know he's not going to be used tomorrow night after this shit heap. Two one. That one's fouled off. 2-2. One after a slider. In the dirt, full count. At least this game, like I said, at least this game is probably going to finish in about half the time it took last night. Bichette grounds it. Freeman bobbles it. And he's got no choice but to let Vladdy go and tag Bichette. One out. I think I have to do this shit again tomorrow night. YouTube studio. Swung on a miss by Barger, 0-1. Barger 2 for 4 tonight. One, two. Why is it game that my game call last night? I'm looking. 2 down. I mean, for kids. Live play-by-play reactions. Game 6 will shift to Toronto. The final 2 games in Toronto if it gets that far. With the way this game is going, at minimum, we are going to get Game 6 on Halloween night. They're going to walk intentionally Alejandro Kirk. For a force out at every base, I suppose. Strike 2. Due to Varsho. O2 is fouled off. I'm looking, inning over. And once again, Toronto's not able to add to it. But they may not need to add to it. We go to the 9th. 3 outs away from forcing a Game 6 are the Blue Jays. Last chance for Los Angeles. They'll send Hernandez, Muncy, and Edmund to the plate. Question is, who does Toronto use? Keep in mind, a lot of their guys, a lot of pitchers were used last night's game. So both pens had to be heavily conserved. So both sides had to heavily conserve the bullpen. And tonight, both sides did just that for the most part. 6 runs on 11 hits for the Blue Jays, 1 run on 5 hits for the Dodgers. And to be perfectly honest, ending this game at around 11 o'clock is far more tolerable than what I had to go through last night. At least I'll get my traditional 6.5 to 7 hours of sleep tonight when this is over. But the thing, I've gotten at least 600 views in the last 2 nights. At least I get an off night on Thursday. Maybe because it'll be a travel day for both squads. Teoscar leads off. He'll face Lewis Varland. Ball 1. Two and out. 2-1. 2 and oh, it's 3-0. Now it's 3-1. Full count. You my neighbor. Got him looking. Ball 4. And that's not how Varland wanted to start this night. Let's flash back to Game 6 of the 95 World Series. Carlos Baerga, Marquise Grissom, final out. Team of the 90s, that being the Braves, finally got their title under Bobby Cox, who sadly passed away a few weeks ago. John Smoltz, who's on the commentary team, was part of that squad. Ripped into right field. Into the corner, base hit. This is going to be a double. Barger has to play on the hop, and now the Dodgers are threatening with nobody out. Runners on second and third on the double by Muncy. First pitch to Emmett, and he takes a sinker over the plate. Strike 1. I mean, Toronto's only 3 outs away from forcing a 6th game at best. At worst, they'll be down 3-1 if they fuck this up by letting 6 unanswered get through. 1-1. Swan on a miss, 1-2. Ground ball. That's going to get one home at least. Throw to first, gets the out. But it does reduce the score to 6-2. However, that does also reduce Los Angeles' chances of getting back. Smart play by Clement to scoop the ball and look Muncy back to second. Beats Edman by about a stride, but he does compromise and allow Oscar to come home. Ball one. One to Kike. Ball one. 1-1. Strike two. Too low. 2-2. Got him looking, 2 down. Ball one. One to Alex Call. Oh, 1. That's a third disengagement. That's going to move Muncy over to third. Not that that matters much. On 1. Two, 1. That's driven to left. Straws under it, makes a catch. Blue Jays win, and the series is tied up. Final score, Blue Jays 6, Dodgers 2. I'll see you tomorrow night. I'd like to thank everyone who showed up for this one. Comment, like, share, and subscribe. Winning pitcher, Shane Bieber. Losing pitcher, Shohei Ohtani. No save involved for either side. We are guaranteed to go 6, and at minimum, this thing is going to end on Halloween night. I'm Mets2128. Subscribe to the Hardcore Sports Network and Aboriginal Sports Networks and all the content creators there. Goodbye and good fucking night.